Hello everyone, T-Man978. Right now we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Legacy Leader Class Blitzwing. This is the box. You see all this. There's all three modes visible. They like the tank more than a jet. There's a reason. Here's this stuff on the side. And I'm just paying attention that this says more than meets the eye. Normally they've been promoting robots in disguise. But here is this QR code. If you need to scan that, because you're never buying this, but you want to see the bio online. Alright, here's everything out of the package. Leader class, for the people that have maybe stopped collecting for a while, Leader class is pretty much a price point at this point. They've been trying to make all the characters fit a certain scale so that they're close to the heights they were in the cartoon, instead of them being like all over the place. Like you'll have a gigantic Megatron but a small Optimus. Pretty much they're trying to keep everything in scale with each other, starting with Transformers Studio Series. That was like the easiest way, I guess, to keep things more manageable. I don't know. As you can see, you get the instruction manual, and it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 accessories. I have them all here. It comes packaged in tank mode, not robot mode, so don't you worry about all that. But I wanted to show everything on it. The turret can still spin. This can go up to about there before it stops. This is not included, but I discovered that if you have Masterpiece Megatron's blast effect, you can plug that in there, because that's like roughly I guess a 2mm port, or a stand port size basically. So you got that. Let's see if it can actually fit in here. Yes, and I can get it because it does have a 5mm peg right there. I can't get it to fit in there, and I can get it to fit in here. And yeah, there you go. So if you have any Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy blast effects, they'll be able to fit in there, like different spots. I can get it there, but those hand gun thingies right there are kind of in the way. These little guns on the side even have the little, I don't know if it's 2mm or 3mm, but they have those little ports on there, so you should be able to get blast effects on that as well. As wheels, they can roll very well, as you can see. The only issue I have is, I think I know in the original toy and even on the cartoon, you could see the cockpit of the jet hanging out down there, so that's accurate, but it's hanging out a little bit farther than I would like. I wish it could like shove in there a bit. And yeah, and the color breakup, I just wish there was something else more tan, that they had like a cover that maybe flipped out from the bottom of this to cover that a bit. That's what would have been nice. But yeah, it's Blitzwing. You see rocket detail just like on the cartoon. It wasn't perfectly a tank. Well, let's remove this stuff so you can see him non-armed up. See it just as a tank right there. Here you are. This opens for transformation, but you could do something like have little Micromasters or Minicons or whatever in there. You do have like gappiness right here. There's no fold out right there, so it's not 100% perfect. Duh. Didn't really expect it to be, but it's about the size of a Masterpiece Carbot, a little bit wider, and definitely taller because of the gun turret. Here's a random deluxe class Bumblebee I have laying around. So, sheesh, this Bumblebee is big too. Oh boy, oh, that Bumblebee could actually fit in with Masterpiece. Oh, here's another more modern day deluxe. Let's bring Bumblebee back out here. Holy moly. Times have changed, people. Times have changed. Alright, I found this guy. Wasn't going to show him off, but this is Titan's Return Blitzwing. It's a little bit more narrow, it seems. They're roughly around the same length. This one I can tell you has way more thin plastic going on. But this whole part right here is paint. It has these ugly stickers, as you can see. This would be like the reverse of that. But if you turn this around, you got all of that showing. Which may be a bit worse than this. So, I don't know. But this did have an innovative transformation for the time. But they did make some improvements. Come on, Lombro. Alright, is that enough comparisons? Can I get to transformation? I'm going to open this right here. This is actually not pinned in. I mean, it's good enough, but it feels a little bit looser than I would like compared to anything else that moves. So put that in there. And what are we going to do? I'm going to grab here. It's like you got to... Come on. Now I'm grabbing the wrong thing. Duh. Pull that down. And then bring this back here. Close that together. We can actually flip that up. But bring that down, bring that up. Flip that up. Okay. Now, what I was trying to do was bring this like forward away from that. Like lift this up. And I'm going to rotate this around. And we can double hinge this up to there. Double hinge that up to there. And I'm going to pull this up off of here. And just pull this up just to kind of get it out of the way. And we can untab this, get that up off of here. Bring these fins up. Separate this, because now we're gonna need to get this up out of here. Make that a whole wing. Get this up out of here. Make that a whole wing. Plug these back together. And we could take these or that, break this, and bring it back here. Which tabs into this tab right there. Same thing over here, bring that back. Tab, it takes some force to get that tab in. And now we can flip this forward, flip that forward. And we can, up here, open this up. Getting this nose cone out, difficult. Like I see they put like a little thing right there for you to grab, but it is tight. Bring that out, bring that up. Shut this if that opened. And go ahead and bring this stuff back here. We can peg these pegs back where they were in the first place. And this peg right here goes into there on both sides. All right. And now we can shut this back up. And you could leave this here or bring it back some. I'm gonna bring it back some. Basically, here is the jet mode. And no, it does not look nice with all this, like half a tank sitting back here. I mean, only reason really to bring this back is so that we can get at this landing gear right here. But yeah, let me keep that straight. That's the landing gear. It doesn't even really work. Well, yeah. This is what it is. It's the weakest mode. Sometimes you get lucky and get 3 good modes. With figure like Springer, because it's a space vehicle or feature vehicle from the 80s, it's okay, but yeah, this looks a mess because it's supposed to be a realistic Earth vehicle. And I'm noticing that this doesn't stay shut as much as I want, and sometimes this door right here doesn't stay shut as much as you'd like. But of course, you can decide on where you want to put this stuff. I'll put the guns right here. You got that going on. Now for this. This is plugged in. It's a peg right there on the inside. Getting this out sometimes is difficult, but you can take that off, bring it around, have these like this, and now you're supposed to bring this down, and you look for where the peg is, and basically the peg goes in like that. So it can have like a super mode, like sort of like Transformers Cybertron when they use the planet key and then they get some type of power boost. That's what these remind me of. And I could have done this in the other vehicle mode, but I didn't. And they have the sword. Just you can put the sword down here again, or have it spent around, or have it in either place. Have it plugged in right there. But yeah, it is what it is. Let me get the other Blitzwing transformed. Here we are with this. This is definitely a longer jet in the Titan's Return form. It is definitely flatter with less going on down the bottom. There's that. It can sit better, even though the landing gear doesn't make sense. Well, yeah, we can do that. Whatever. Yeah. Let me know which one you like better. I mean, you still have a bunch of tank crap going on the side, so you can't get away from that. But yeah, there we are. But yeah, let's get to the robot mode. I'm going to take the guns that I still have attached off. I'm going to go ahead and detach this right here. Just detach all this. Detach this. Just basically have all this basically hanging. I'm going to flip these wings back. Bring these back up to here. Bring that back up to there. I'm going to do that because it wasn't opening for me. Open that. Open this little door. Swing the nose cone back in. Rotate this around. Now when I opened it, they had the head turned this way. So his face was like always visible in tank mode, but I turned it around. But here we go. Close that back up. Now let's get these legs together. I'm gonna elongate this right here, and let me separate them so you can see this. Oh, this is kind of difficult. There's a tiny little tab in there. We need to force that into place. You gotta use real force. Then there's a tiny tab right there. You gotta force that into place. Real force. Now this, we need to bring this around, fold that, and there is a tab right here that's supposed to go in there. It doesn't. Don't even drive yourself crazy. I mean, the best way to get it better is to make sure that this wing is up underneath of that molded piece right there, So now it's a little bit closer, and now we need to bring this back so we can open up the feet. The feet have a really solid lock. I like that because you want the feet to stay open and not get messed up because of gravity. But same stuff over here. Force this forward, force this forward, bring this in, fold that, fold that. Make sure that this is under here so we can kind of force that to go into the groove right there. Move this out the way so we can get the feet down, and then plug the foot back into there. Now up here, we need to actually bring this over, and I think this is innovative, but bring that up and wrap this around this chest. I like that. Then we could bring this down and have the gun turret on his back like this. Bring these wings out, which are specifically here just for show for robot mode. And then there's the arms. We need to rotate this down so we can rotate it like this. We need to get the hand out, and then we need to rotate this up into place. And there's a tiny little tab that's just a little suggestion again. Same deal over here. Rotate this around like that. Get the hand out. Rotate this. Peg that into place. And now, here we are. Blitzwing is a robot. And I mostly like him, but I'll get into the things that I don't like. What I do like is he is damn near completely cartoon accurate, and he's kind of even accurate to the G1 toy. There you are. I also like that, unlike some of the other Voyagers and Leader class, they actually put a cover here so that you can cover this empty space. But unfortunately, the tab is like microscopic and it doesn't stay. So when you move the arms, you're basically going to be doing this all day, knocking that out of whack. I also don't like that this turret doesn't lock. Nothing makes that lock, so it's going to constantly be wiggling back and forth. But I think other than that, as far as engineering and build quality, that's the most frustrating parts. But besides this, let's get into the articulation. What I do like, they shaped the head so that he can look up. Plus, they even added an additional neck piece in there so he can really look up for flying poses. I appreciate that, but the head is on a ball joint. The head is completely 100% filled. Like, even on a masterpiece level, it doesn't even have a screw. Well, that is awesome. The arms are sort of like the Laser Optimus, where the shoulders don't really rotate. It's just they rotate underneath of a cover. But you can use a transformation joint to do that. But you have to plug it back. It has a bicep swivel. The elbows bend slightly more than 90 degrees. And they added wrist rotation. A lot of these things haven't been having wrist rotation. You can go in and out like that. It does have a waist. It would have been super neat if they would have put in an ab crunch. Let me force it to make sure. But the legs can go out to the side that much, come forward that much, go back that much. Thigh rotation. The knees do bend more than 90 degrees as well. And you get full on ankle pivot. There is no rock forward. But you shouldn't have a problem getting him into some good poses with his gun, his sword, and you can store the other gun somewhere else, have it sitting out there. You can make him put this gun back here that he's not using. So that's cool. And you have these optional guns right here. Now how we put these on, you have to turn the hand backward, and then you have to make sure you're actually putting these in the right way. There's a little cutout right here that needs to cover this piece right here. And there's a peg inside of there that needs to go into the hand. Force that into the hand and the cutout. And now he has these. Let me move this up. It does take some effort, I'm not gonna lie, to get this in the back of the hand. But we have that. Let's do it on the other side. But here he is when he really wants to shoot up some auto brats. There you are. I'm gonna actually put that down. But here we are. And of course these can rotate how you see fit. I don't know if this was intentional, but when you have these here, that does lock this in place. So go figure. If you have some type of flight stand, he can be connected to it because he has a stand port on his butt. I feel like he's bigger than Astro Train, but Astro Train had that little caboose thing, and I feel like most of that caboose thing is incorporated into his body, like the tank parts on his back. So there's that. And yeah, let me put the deluxe class directly beside him. And Optimus, because everybody should have a friggin' Optimus by now. They're slightly shorter than Optimus, and Galvatron is taller than all of them. Final comparison, Titan's Return Blitzwing is quite a bit taller because the way they transform the legs, and his body is very long. But like I said, improvements. This doesn't have wrist rotation, doesn't have a waist rotation, no ankle pivot. The head is a headmaster. So yeah, that's gonna be limited. Let's let you see them from the side. There's a little bit of hollowness on this. A bunch of stuff on this feels flimsy, like the wings and whatnot, but I don't know. It's not too bad a figure, to be honest. It just has limits as far as articulation and has these ugly stickers. I personally like this one more because it is way more cartoon accurate, and it has the articulation that I'm talking about. The ankle pivot, wrist rotation, and waist swivel. Come on, you need that. Ultimately, I like it, but some of the alternate modes are not as good as the others. The jet is just a train wreck. I can't even deny it. The tank is good, and I like the way it rolls. It functions well. I do like these optional hand things. What I didn't show you is you can take these off, put them on the arm, and you can still have blast effects. Let me grab the blast effect I've been using. But you can put blast effects on there so he's like shooting out his hand. Or you can even do stuff like make him have a knife hand or sword hand if you want. There's so many options. Now these weirdo things, you can port them on other vehicles to be weapons and whatnot. And they are capable of plugging into each other rather loosely though. I mean, this one is a bit tighter, but yeah. So you could just have this like mounted on something differently. Wow. I like them. A lot of people will hate on it, but I'm liking it. Oh, I have them holding my Combiner Wars Shockwave just because I found it while I was looking for that Blitzwing. Choo 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 choo. I doubt that I'm going to be buying that Core Class Shockwave as a result. But yeah, I like them. I normally do reverse transformations. Y'all gonna make me do that. I gotta keep the tradition alive. Oh, and I've been forgetting to mention this. Michael Rogers found this and he was able to bring it to me like for the holiday weekend. So thank you, Michael Rogers. Yeah, this is going to be completely reversed. I'm going to be doing it back to jet mode like I had them. So the first thing I'm going to do is fold these back. And I'm going to rotate this down so I can rotate the hands back in and bring this back around and port that back up into there like that. Bring this around, put the hands in, rotate this around, and rotate this into that orientation right here. Okay, because it looks better, I'm going to rotate the head backward. Dislocate this from the chest and bring this up. Just basically have all that hanging about basically. Open this chest up and rotate the head like this. You can open this up and try to pull that out. Thank you for letting me do that. Now we can shut this and cover up his face. Down here, we're going to dislodge this right there so we can actually shut the feet. But we can actually bring that back up like that. Down here, we need to bring the wings back out. Bring the wing back out. Dislocate that and bring this up into that orientation. Dislocate that and dislocate the other one and basically collapse it. Peg the legs together and we can take this shoulder off and bring this down, pegging that back into place. That's basically what's keeping that in place. Same thing over here. Plug that into place and just have that hanging right there. Now we can bring this back here, which will plug into the back of the feet, and this will plug in to here again. Plug it into the back of the feet and plug this into here again. You can go ahead and shut this, and you can decide whether you want to keep that back there, but I like bringing it forward. It makes it feel better to me. You can bring these up, bring this up, and just make sure those are straight. And basically, he's a jet again. And now you need to open this up, put that back in, shut that. I'm going to dislocate this, bring the shoulders forward like that, bring the shoulders forward like that. Oh boy, bring the shoulders forward. Need to separate the legs, lift this part of the wing back up, and now we can. No, I'm gonna pull these panels up because they get in the way. The legs need to be straight. Wrap the wing back around the leg again. And kind of just push it in there as much as you can. Wrap the wing around the leg again. Swing this around. Plug the legs back together. Bring these back down. And now we can unhinge this double hinge right there. And try as you might to get this little tab that's on the back of the hand into that hole. It is easier said. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Meanwhile, we need to get this peg into the silver bit of the wing. Bring this around on a double hinge. Tab that in while tabbing this in. And now we can bring these wings up out of there and rotate this behind that. Rotate this behind that. And we can open this little door up. Get the turret out. Shut the door. Swing this around. And boom. It's a tank again. You are welcome. If you want to do it in a different order, you should have it good to go. You should know how to do it by now if you watched all these daggone transformations. So anyway, I like them. I like them. Thank you for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. And I'm running up the hill. Figure action. That one's me. Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos.